Alright guys, the final countdown, 1776. That's going to be the name of this. Whatever you do, hear me out at least. Don't click off of this and just at least hear what I have to say. We're going to have to open up discussion in this country. We are losing it at a rapid pace. I know that's no secret. I know that's not really enlightening most people, but a lot of people have had their heads buried in the sand, looking the other way, a lot of good people, and let evil just seep in little by little. It's like a flood, and it just gets in the cracks and corners of your house. Stick with me. It doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, any other race, any other color. It doesn't matter what religion you are. Here's the only thing that I need from you is if you love this country. It doesn't matter. We can have discussions. We can have opposite opinions. But if you love this country, you got to get rid of all these distractions. All these little things that's popped up over the years, slowly seeping in. We got to get rid of all that stuff so we can go back to having meaningful conversation. Now, if you're watching this channel, as you can see behind me, I'm working. I got a full-time job. I'm retired military, and I'm just trying to start this channel. And this is really what I have passion for, and this is what I want to do full time. I'm going to cover some of the topics, and I'll let you know what I'm covering. I wrote them down here, so I'm going to read from this. But transgenderism, we're going to talk about it. Pride in the country, we're going to talk about that. Morals and values, or lack thereof, we're going to talk about that. Good versus evil, right? Some of these are going to be my opinions, but a lot of these are going to be backed up with facts. All right, elites in this country, we're going to get into that. People that are above the law, or so they believe they are above the law, and proof of that, we'll get into some of that. Politics, it's seeped into everything that you could possibly imagine in our lives. The nasty C word, compromise. No such thing anymore in politics. So it's one extreme or the other. We gotta fix that. We gotta find some common ground where we can, like I said, get rid of all these distractions so we can go back debating about the important stuff, the stuff that matters. If you think about it, 50, 60, 70 years ago, there was hardly any daylight at all between a Republican and a Democrat. But the little bit of daylight there was, we were able to have meaningful conversation and come to compromises. We have no longer been able to compromise in this country. The path is unsustainable. So politics, elections, we got to talk about that. We are 2023. There's got to be a way to work on and fine-tune and fix these elections where they're fair. Trust me, I've seen unfair elections. I've lived out of the country for years. I've been in third world countries. I've seen how they operate. I am watching things that I've seen in third world countries happening over here now. We've got to get a handle on it. Trust me. Immigration, that's going to be a topic we're going to talk about. Current standards or lack thereof in this country, right? There's a reason why we're in the situation we're in. Some of it is the standards that we have for our young men and women in this country. Our children, which are our future, that's no secret, right? Evil wants to mold your child into to fit their agenda. We got to fix that. And there's many more topics. I'm going to get into them, and I need you guys to subscribe, follow, like, comment, whatever fits in the situation. I'm going to be on 7 different platforms, but I really need you to grow this channel. Not for me, right? Listen to me. Not for me, for us, for this country. We've got to do something about it. This is going to be a grassroots channel. As you can see, like I said, I don't have a studio yet. I don't have microphones. I don't have professional camera equipment. None of that stuff. But we will get there, right? If you've never subscribed or shared a channel in your entire life or told someone about it, this is the one. This is where we take America back. I know for some people it sounds like a lofty goal. Who is this guy? He's just no country boy in the middle of East Tennessee. I got it. I'm not a politician, right? I'm not some, mayor from somewhere. I don't have a lot of backing behind me. I'm just a regular old guy, regular old man, just like you, if you're a man or if you're a woman, we'll get into that as well. Is there more than one? Is there just man and woman? Is there more than one gender? We'll definitely get into that, I promise you. But anyways, just a regular guy from East Tennessee. I served my country for over 2 decades in the military. I love this country. I do not want that to all go in vain. All the friends that I've lost over the years in combat. I've spent many years in combat. Nothing to brag about. It's not pretty, no matter what anybody says. It's disheartening to kind of look back and say, you know, what was it all for if this is the way our country is going right now? The trajectory in our country is unsustainable. Listen to me. The trajectory in our country is absolutely unsustainable. And we're in the final countdown right now. I promise you. We're counting back from 10. I don't even want to put a number on it on where we're at. But we're definitely far from 10, probably closer to 0. We can't hit that number. The closer we get to 0, counting backwards, as far as where this country's headed, the harder it is going to be to change it. But I don't believe we're there yet. I don't believe that it can't be reversed, right? Hard work, dedication, right? Revive the alpha male, right? Get back to what we know is right. So over the last 20, 30 years, I heard people kind of talking about this 20, 30 years, and I was a young man. And I just kind of scratched my head, and it didn't make sense. I didn't think I would see this day. But if you're my age or older, and I'm close to 50, but if you're my age or older, you definitely have seen what's right is now wrong. What used to be wrong is now right. What's up is now down. And everything is just backwards on the way we have, with the way we conduct ourselves as a society these days. We got to keep the good things that we had 30, 40 years ago. We need to get rid of the things that we needed to get rid of, that we have. But we got to reverse the trajectory of the path that we're on right now. Like I said, it's absolutely unsustainable. If you're still watching this video, you know that without a doubt in your heart. So I'm asking you, please pause the video right here. Pause it. Go subscribe, follow, like, leave a comment. Just say, hey, I subscribed. I don't know if this is going to work out. You can always unsubscribe at any point in time, right? But subscribe, leave the notification bell. Check my videos out, every single one of them. And leave me a comment saying that you did and that you shared it. Share it with 10 people. Again, it's going to be hard to reverse the momentum of this country, but it can be done. I'm going to travel. This is going to be a very interactive channel. Very interactive. I literally am going to travel all across the U.S. I'm going to come to every single state, and I'm going to talk to the subscribers, followers, anybody leaves a comment, anybody's got a problem or issue in their state with whatever the case may be. And we're going to expose it. I'm literally going to expose it on this channel. And if you want to be on my podcast, we will work that out, and we will try to do what we can to fix the current state of this country. It ain't going to be easy. Again, I know people's going to be like, who's this guy? It doesn't matter. It's not about me. It's not about one guy. It's about growing this channel, right? The channel is the Final Countdown 1776. If you look that up on 7 different platforms, that's where it's going to be at. Give me a little bit of time. This is my very first video, so I don't have it up on all platforms yet. This is going to be, if you're watching this within July of 2023, this is probably going to be the first video that you're watching of this channel. But please subscribe, leave a comment, tell me that you shared it with at least 10 other people. It's not about me, I promise you. I know a lot of YouTubers, they get on there and they have a lot of hidden agendas or whatever the case may be. This is about the future of our country, which in turn our children will have to endure, whether it's good or whether it's bad. So a lot of good people, starting even 3 years ago in 2020, you know the situation there. Some people stood up for a little bit, but it just kind of, evil is very methodical. It's relentless. It will not stop. And some people got wore down, right? And we kind of just said, hey, you know what? If they're not bothering me, just let it go. I don't even feel like dealing with it. Especially when the cancel culture came alive. But as you guys know, I understand it's a scary thing if you got a business, If you're in the public eye somehow or whatever the case may be, I get it. I understand it could be a scary thing. But what we're letting do, what the good people in this country, which I believe the majority of the people in this country are good people, what we're letting happen is a small group of people cancel a large majority of the population. There's no way, that's not even possible unless the large majority of the population keep their mouths shut, right? If somebody tries to cancel a business because they stand on morals, values, beliefs that has been handed down to them from their parents, discipline, hard work, all these things for generations, if we let evil come in and cancel those people, the majority of the people should rally around them, go to their business, and buy them out. Show the cancel culture that they cannot sit there and continue to defeat us like they have been for the last 2 or 3 years now, and they're steadily gaining momentum, right? I'm not trying to preach hate at any point in time, right? I'm not calling for people to bring up arms, violence, none of that stuff, right? That's worst case scenario. If it got to that situation, if people were doing something to harm you or your family, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about we got to turn the tide, right? And if you see like a big a ship in the ocean, whether it be whatever the case may be, a big aircraft carrier, and it's going full steam ahead, it's a lot easier to turn the ship than it is to stop the ship and turn it around, right? You got to just steer the ship, and that takes time. So if you're watching this channel, like I said, this is July of 2023. We're over halfway through the month, as a matter of fact. But by the end of this month, by the end of July 2023, the way I will know that you guys love America, you want to change the trajectory that we're on, you want to get back to where we should be and be respected around the world, right? Again, I'm not a politician. I'm not running for anything. I'm not planning on running for anything. I have no future goals of running for mayor, for senator, for none of that stuff. I did my time. I served my country for over 2 decades in the military, but I got away from that. I kind of got away from that service once I retired. I retired after spending time in the Army and the Marine Corps, and then I've been out here working, and it's just not my passion, right? My passion now has evolved when I got the time to sit back, take a deep breath from the military, think about the situation, see what's going on around me. My passion now is leaving something better to my kids, right? This country, right? I feel a little bit guilty by maybe not standing up and do more sooner. I got it, I get it, I served my country, I understand that, but I probably could have been more active. I can't change that, but I'm working on it now, and this is going to be the start of it. And if you're in that situation where we can't all just keep saying we wished we would have, we wished you would have. 20 years from now, we will not have a country, I promise you. Everybody around the world that hates us, for the longest time they were figuring out how can we go and physically attack them, right? Ever since Pearl Harbor, they've all been strategizing, having meetings together. Nobody acknowledges it, but if you think Russia and China's not having secret meetings, then you're a little bit naive, just to be honest with you. They are. Anybody that hates us, Iran, North Korea, all those guys, they're having meetings. Maybe not the top guys, but their guys below them, they're going back and reporting to them. They're all strategizing, they have been for years, on how to take down this country, because evil hates good. So far, we still have enough good that we have kept evil at bay. I promise you, if you're watching this, if you ever watch the news once in your life, and you just have common sense, you know that they want to take us down. And I say they, all the countries that say they hate us. There's many countries that not just say they hate us, they say they want to wipe us off the face of the earth. So, what I believe has been happening is they've been sitting back over the last 10 years or so, 15 years, and watching us destroy ourselves. Literally watching us destroy ourselves. And they've been pulling back, going, wait a minute, maybe this is the new strategy, right? And I believe it is the current strategy now. I think they figured it out that, hey, they're not going to take us by force yet. What they're going to do is feed the evil in this country that's trying to take down this country, and erase everything that made us, the country that we are today. And they're just feeding the narrative. Let us do it to ourselves. They're sitting back and going, wow, we tried all these things, we strategized, we spent a lot of brain power, a lot of money on figuring out how we could take down America, United States of America. And I think they finally figured out we don't have to physically do it. We can sit back and watch them do it to themselves and feed into the narrative. Guys, I promise you, we got to fix this. We got to get the right people representing us. Politics is a huge issue right now. So many people start YouTube channels, get into politics, promise, I'll be represented for you. They say all these things, people rally behind them, and then they get in there and they absolutely lose their minds, right? Every single one of those politicians, at some point in time, they were 20, 25, 30, whatever, sitting on their couch, yelling at the TV, saying, hey, I elected that guy. Why is he not representing me accurately and fairly? Guys, we got to fix that. We have to fix that. But we got to get rid of the distractions. We got to figure out how to not let evil reprogram the minds of our kids, which is what we're doing. Evil has been playing a long-term game. We've lost sight of our long-term game. I think for 200 years, we had sight. We passed down the morals. We passed down the values. Our kids immediately, 10 years old, they could look at something and say, that's not right. That's not, based off everything I've learned in the last 10 years, that's not good, right? Now it's confusion, mass confusion, right? There's so many different things coming in from, the information, social media, or whatever the case may be, schools, just everything around them, feeding them, information that is not good, but they're thinking that's normal, and they're not really, it's not clicking. And the people that used to pass down and demand morals and values, a lot of parents have become their kids' friends because they don't want to make them mad, because they think that's love. And they lost sight of the fact of what love is, right? Tough love, right? You got to teach them. You got to demand morals, values, discipline, work ethic, all these things, and you got to teach them what evil looks like, right? So when they get out there and they're exposed to it for the first time, they'll immediately recognize it. When I was a young kid and I walked down the street and I seen some creepy dude come walking out or down the street, I could immediately, just kind of look at a guy, even as a young boy, and say, something's not right about that guy. And it just, my spidey senses or whatever clicked in me, the things that my mom and dad taught me to kind of look out for, be wary of, all the values that they taught me. You could almost see the way someone's acting, portraying themselves, and go, something's just not right. And I just knew to stay away from that person, right? I didn't need to go find out what the situation was. I just veered off, went on my way, but I definitely didn't walk up to that person and say, oh, that's, cool clothes you got on, or ask them their name. We just kind of knew. We knew when something wasn't right as a kid, but now it's just mass confusion. So please, I know this is a long video, but I can't say it enough. Subscribe to this channel. I will get way more in depth. I will come to your state. I will come to as many cities as I can. I will personally address the situation. I'm going to go to the border. I'm going to go do, all 50 states. Right now for my job, if you haven't figured it out, I'm a truck driver. I currently go wherever I need to go for work, but I hit all 50 states. So at some point in time, I've seen over the last, few years I've been doing this. I've traveled my whole military career, of course, but now I'm getting out and I'm seeing different places, different situations in the country, and it's disheartening, right? I am from East Tennessee. Everything I kind of knew growing up, or learned about, or spent my, vacation time off, or things like that, was in East Tennessee. And it's just kind of, I get out in some of these bigger cities, or some of these, places out west, or whatever the case may be, and it's just like a different world. I mean, I look around and I'm like, man, right? What I always say is, I'm not in East Tennessee no more. That's for sure. But even where I live in a small town, it's just little by little, it's just creeping. And due to this council culture, like I said, people are just like, you know what? I don't really want to address it. I just want to stay out of it. And it's just slowly spreading, little by little. Guys, please, not for me. All right, this channel is not about me. This is going to be an interactive channel. You got to tell me where to go. Tell me what you want me to go address, topics on this channel. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. I don't know if there's another channel specifically doing what I'm going to do. I don't know if there's one that's going to bring a podcast to you, right? A lot of people, want to go say, hey, come to, my podcast, and I live here, this place, and they got to figure it out. I'm going to go around the country. I'm going to be, you see all these guys on the news, reporters, and all this stuff. They all have an agenda, right? If they work for a certain network, they are muzzled. They are stifled. They have to, if they want to keep their job, they have to say what they think they're supposed to say and keep their mouth shut about anything else the other side might be doing right. It doesn't matter which side you're on. And that's not how you gather facts and real-time information, right? You're only hearing what somebody wants you to hear based off their agenda, and you can't make an accurate assessment on a situation, right? And in order to work on a situation, work on a problem, fix things in this country, we have to have accurate information. Everybody says disinformation. You'll get you get one sentence, the exact same sentence. This side says different disinformation if it's something negative for them, or if it's about something negative for these guys over here, they'll say it's disinformation. How do you know the truth, right? So, subscribe to this channel. I can't say it enough. Follow, like, leave a comment, share this with 10 people, and tell me that you did it. Tell me that you sent this out to everybody on your Facebook platform or any of your other social media platforms. I will specifically mention the first 100 people, right, that join this. If you want me to, put in your comments or email me. The link will be below. If you want me to specifically mention your name, where you're from, any of that stuff, and I will give you a shout out, because there's somebody in your community that probably wants to join as well, probably want to be a part of this, but they just need a little bit of encouragement, or they want to see someone else. That's what usually happens. If they see somebody else doing it and they have a little bit more courage to stand up, if that's what they believe in, they're going to stand right beside you, right? The people that you send this to, they may be, I'm not sure, but if they see that you joined this movement, if they say that, see that you love America and you want to restore it back to its former glory, then they're more likely to get on board. And I promise you, there's power in numbers, as you can see from the small bit of council culture. We think they're huge. They seem big because they're doing a lot with small numbers. We could 10 times that with the good people in this country. It doesn't matter left or right, black or white. It doesn't matter what religion. Both sides, believe it or not, there's plenty of people on both sides that know right from wrong. They know good when they see it. They know evil when they see it. It's just, it's not popular sometimes to say it out loud. I'm not going to be that guy. Hey, I don't even know how long this will be up, especially on some of the platforms. Some of them won't be a problem. You'll know which platforms. Some platforms, I already know if this very first video will make it up or not, or if it'll stay up. But if we get big enough, if we grow big enough as a community, and we want to start this movement for the future of our kids, please do this. Please do this. I will get way more in depth about how everything's going to work on this channel, but it's just there's no favors, right? If you want to come on my podcast, I'm not going to agree with you if I don't agree with you, right? Just too many people do that, right? There's no free passes on the left, on the right. There's no free passes, right? Evil is evil, right? Evil will disguise itself in any and everything possible, right? And it's a slow creep, right? It's not usually a throw it in your face, or if it does throw it in your face, it'll back up just a little bit, get you used to it just a tad bit, and then throw it in your face again and back up a little bit, throw it in your face, and it's a slow march. We know it's happening. The good people of this country on both sides of the political spectrum know that's happening. We got to do something about it. This is it, guys. We absolutely have to do something about it. The final countdown, we're living it. This is the final countdown, right? If you think there's a future in the trajectory of this country, you're sadly mistaken. And I hope that I'm 100% wrong, but I can't take that chance. Not for me, for my kids. Not for me, for my kids, right? It's not fair to me to take that chance and roll that dice on the way this country's heading, and just not say nothing, and let it go. Right? It's not fair to my kids, not fair to my grandkids, and I don't even know if I have a country left to have great grandkids. Should I live that long myself? I think we'll be. It won't be America. I don't know what it would be, but it won't be America. It definitely won't be the America I grew up in. And right now, I don't even know if it's half of America that I grew up in. That's not good, but we can fix it. Subscribe, like, follow, comment, share this with 10 people at minimum. The more the better. If you want to be a part of something bigger than yourself, if you never have in your entire life, right? And I'll be honest with you, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. A lot of times I just scroll to the next one. Sounds good, thumbs up maybe, but I don't subscribe. I don't share it with my friends. And I'm asking you to do something that I normally don't do. But here recently, it's just, I'm joining different spectrums, different channels myself on both sides, because I like to hear what's going on all the way around me, right? In the military, they used to tell you to keep your head on a swivel, right? 360 degrees. But better than doing that is getting a couple of partners to watch your back. You watch their back, they watch your back, and you will be a lot more effective and a lot more efficient. I'm going to continue this channel. I don't care if I get 1 subscriber a month from now, a year from now. I'm going to go around, I'm going to start speaking the truth. I don't care who likes it. It's not fair to our kids, like I said a couple times already. I've lived my life growing up in the late 70s, 80s. I got to run around on my bicycle without worrying about, mom and dad didn't worry about me. My kids did not get to do that, and my grandkids will definitely not to be able to get to do that the way we're heading now. There's too many freaks out there, right? There's too much evil. There's too many freaks out there, and we're doing nothing about it. Please, for the sake of them, not me, all right? This ain't about me. Subscribe to this channel. I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to address all the issues I talked about earlier in this video. Share this with as many people as you can. Let's get this started. I want to blow this channel out of the water, right? Like I said, there's power numbers. If we blow this channel up, I will do things, I will come to your state that you wouldn't think, right? You see all these YouTube channels. I'm going to come personally to you if you believe in saving this country, and we're going to start a movement here. That's it. We're going to start a movement, and there's no better movement to start than putting this country back to its former glory. And we're going to do it. One way or the other, we're going to do it. So that's it, guys. The final countdown, 1776. The final countdown, 1776. Look for it. It's coming. It's coming fast and hard. And we're not going to settle for sitting by, standing by, no more. Right? The majority of this country is good. I believe that. I believe the majority of this country is just being silent because of politics and a lot of other things, cancel culture and all that stuff. It's time for us to wake up, right? Evil has been exploiting us, all of us, black, white, right? The old race thing. Evil has been exploiting all of us, right? Religion, all of us. They find any little bit of daylight and exploit, right? And you know exploitation, I don't know if that's a word, but you know what exploiting does? It separates. And you know what you do? You can make a lot of money off pitting people against each other. A lot of money. And then those little bit of small pockets of freaks and weirdos can just sneak in right in the middle and then keep separating us more. And then whichever way they need to, they just keep wedging, right? It's just got to figure this out, right? It really isn't hard. It's just that I think most people have figured it out. I don't think it's a big secret. I really believe that majority of this country says whatever they say in front of their audience, in front of their, the politician, whoever, in front of their friends, and they go back to their house and they scratch their head and they go, man, this is not good, right? What's happening in our communities, what's happening in our states, what's happening in this country, this is not good. I firmly believe that people will have those conversations with their wives, maybe with just their best friends, if nothing else but themselves. If they don't want to say it out loud to anyone, I firmly believe that's the case. But nobody wants to be the first person. So I'm throwing it out there. I don't care. I'm done. I'm fed up. I'm frustrated. Right? As you can see, this video is I was trying to do a short video, just an introduction video, and keep it short. And I'm looking at the clock up here, and it's already been almost 30 minutes into it now. But it just eats at the fabric of my soul to see, what this country is becoming. And like I said, I've lived in third world countries, lived in them, right? In combat, didn't like it, but I've seen what they do. We're heading that direction, guys. We've went from no country to 200 years, the biggest superpower in the world, and now we're heading back down the other side of the mountain, the wrong direction. We can stop this. I promise you, we can do something about it. Join this channel by the end of July 2023. See how many subscribers, how many followers. I'm gonna get on the other platforms, but we're gonna start here and join this movement, guys. That's all I can say. Join this movement. Let me know you did in the comments. Blow this channel up. Blow it up. And I promise you I'll get better lighting. I'll get better, equipment. I'll have a podcast. I'm just now getting this started, but what I wanted to do is just see, and I believe there's millions of people that love this country. I wanted to see if this gained any traction at all, and if it does, I'll fulfill the things that I've been saying. I will make this an interactive channel, and this will be known worldwide. It'll be known throughout the United States. It'll be known worldwide, and we will come back and we will bring this country back to the state it should have been in for the last 30, 40 years. Can't lose it. We can't lose it, right? Again, for our children, we can't lose this country. It's not fair that we got ours. If you're my age or older, you got yours. You got to grow up in a pretty good country if you're my age. Pretty free country, rights, all that stuff. No cancel culture. People, things wasn't backwards. So it's not fair if you're my age or older, if you got yours, and the 20-year-olds are clueless. And they're out there thinking that what they're doing is okay. And there's nothing wrong with it. And that's just the norm, right? The new norm. Those guys are going to take a lot of work. But there's another generation coming up behind them. And we got to start instilling at a young age values and morals and the right thing and the difference between good and evil. And get this country heading back in the right direction. It's a slow process. It's not going to be overnight. But there's power in numbers. Absolute power in numbers. You guys know this. You can't cancel 70-80% of the United States. You can't do it unless you let them do it, right? Unless you let that small pocket speak louder than most of the United States, they can't do it. Can't let them. All right, guys, that's it. We'll see how this goes. Please, right? I normally don't. I'm not begging. I normally don't say please this many times in a video. This is my first one for this channel. I can't say it enough for something like this, right? Save this country, right? We got to save America. We have to. We got to bring it back. Got to get back to doing the right thing, setting the example for the young children looking up to us. That's it, guys. See you later. Final countdown, 1776. I'm out.